guys, if you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm back. It is Wednesday, April 3rd, and it is 8:58 p.m. Eastern Time. And Q has not posted, but we've got plenty of Q-related news, which we're going to get into very shortly. I did want to warn you guys because there are some people on Twitter that are claiming that Q posted yesterday. He did not. So this happened probably 6 months or so ago. We had a rash of people on Twitter. I don't know if they were doing it on other social media platforms or not, but they were claiming that Q posted and they would be fake Q posts. So just be careful. If you probably have your favorite people that you listen to, if none of them are posting anything new about Q, then Q probably has not posted because just be careful. As Q always says, be careful who you listen to. I just wanted to warn you. I'm sure you all know that already, but I just in case, I wanted to warn you because there are people that claim to be in this movement that do not have good intentions. So just to let you guys know. Also, I know some of you don't like when I get really chatty, and I can appreciate that. But in the interest of all the people that asked me, please tell us how Sammy saved your life, I decided that I would tell you how Sammy saved my life. So if you want to get right into the Q-related news, then just fast forward past this. It's pretty easy to do, and you can get rid of the chatting and get right into the meat. So, but I do want to let you guys know, those of you that were curious, I did decide that it probably wouldn't harm anything to let you know. I sometimes, hesitate because I don't want to seem like a hypochondriac or anything, and I'm certainly not. But on Monday, I drove my mom to, my stepfather came as well, and we went to Ottawa. My mom had a medical appointment, and I came back, and I told you I would probably be quite tired because it's 6 hours in the car and plus the appointment and sitting and so forth, and I'd probably be tired because I have a spinal injury. Well, as I predicted, I came home and I was I was in a fair amount of pain and I was tired, so I went to bed early. Well, we had bought some chocolate-covered almonds that day, and I am diabetic. But here's the thing, the very strange thing, because I was diabetic, type 2, and it was very, very bad. I had to go to a special clinic to get it down very quickly, and my diabetes was really out of control. But I did everything I was told to do. I'm off all medication, and I've been controlling it with diet alone. I'm extremely careful about what I eat. I eat very healthy, and for the most part, I'd say 95%, 98% of what I eat is healthy. We all have days where, we don't do our best, but I try, and I try to do everything, exercise, do whatever I can to improve my health. So my diabetes, every time I had my A1C checked, which is kind of a picture of how your blood sugar has been over the past 3 months, every time I've had that checked, it's been right bang on, like where it should be. So my doctor said, well, wow, this is incredible. You've got it completely controlled. You're off all medication. So I assumed that, I knew that I react very badly when I have sugar. I don't feel well. I get very sick. I knew that, but I had these chocolate-covered almonds, and in my mind, I thought, well, they're almonds, and the almonds are protein, and sure, there's chocolate around them, but I don't think that it will raise my blood sugar to a dangerous level or anything, so I ate them. And I shouldn't have, and I didn't feel well. Which made me even more tired because you know what sugar does, big crash. And the other thing that had been going on is, and this has been going on since, gosh, I don't know, probably a year now, they've been trying to figure out because I've had weird things happening, like my heart rate will go really high and then really, really, really low. And my blood pressure does the same. And I've been going and going and going to all sorts of doctors, and there's been no answer so far. Anyway, I don't know if that is related to this or not. But anyway, I went to bed and I fell asleep immediately. And I don't know what time of the night it was, because now I don't even remember. I was so confused when I woke up. And the only reason I woke up, and let me preface this by saying that Sammy is an unusual cat. Any cat I've ever had has just walked over me, you know, in the night when they like to sleep on my bed, and they just walk over me. You know, they'll walk over your stomach, they walk over your legs, they don't care, you know. And so Sammy won't do that. Sammy is a very, very gentle, gentle cat. He never puts his nails out. He's never scratched me. He's never bit me. You can do his belly. He'll never bite. He'll never scratch. He's very, very gentle, gentle cat. Mischievous, chews up all your leather goods, but, you know, what is that? I'm hearing cat sounds, I think, crawling into my couch again. Anyway, and that is Sammy. So, anyway, you know, Sammy just doesn't walk across me. And I've always thought that was a little strange, that he would gingerly walk down the one side of me, you know, to where my feet ended and across, and then up the other side of me. Just wouldn't cross over me in bed, or it wouldn't even jump over me. Very odd. So I wake up and there's Sammy not clawing, but pawing at me, not with his claws, but pawing at me. Pawing at me. And at first I'm like, oh, I just cannot wake up. And I feel it sort of, but I'm just sort of trying to wake myself up. And I finally open my eyes, and I'm so confused, and I'm in such a fog. And I'm reaching for the light. I'm knocking things over. I get the light on, and I realize something's really, really wrong with me physically, like really wrong, because I don't even have the strength to get out of bed. I'm drenched in sweat, number one, and just feeling very confused, sick to my stomach, very weak. My whole body is weak. So I got up, and I'm thinking, okay, which is really odd because I never keep sugar in the house, but someone had given me some orange juice, and I thought, well, I can cook with it. I can't drink it because it's too much concentrated sugar, but I can cook with it. So I had taken this orange juice. So all I can think of is, okay, that's if I can get to the fridge and drink that orange juice, because I knew that my blood sugar was so low, and I knew I was going to go into a coma because it was blacking out. So I get to the fridge, and literally I just took a couple gulps, and like I'm laying back against the counter, and you know, for a few minutes, and I'm thinking, okay, that's it. I'm going to pass out any minute, and I'm praying. I'm going, I don't know what's happening to me, and finally I got back to my bed, and I laid down until, you know, I felt a little bit of the sense coming back to me and strength coming back to me. And I went and got my, thing to check my blood sugar, and, pricked my finger and put it in the little machine. And my blood sugar, now Canadians don't measure it the same as Americans. So Canadians measure it by millimoles, and anything below 2 is like seriously dangerous. I mean, you can go into a diabetic coma, and my blood sugar at that point was still under 2. So at that point, you know, had a little bit more sugar, got it up, and was fine. But had my cat not woke me up, I don't know, because there's no question I was going into a diabetic coma. So let me tell you, I didn't tell my mom or anyone about this because they would worry about me, because I live alone, and I just don't want that. They don't need anything else on their plate. So that's why I said I won't tell you about it. But that's what happened. So let me tell you, I'm not going to be eating sugar ever again, because even though my A1Cs come back perfectly, something's still not normal with how my body's processing sugar. So thank you, Lord, for that cat. I saved his life, he saved mine, and I am convinced that he did. So from now on, yes, he's naughty, he's mischievous, he is something else, that cat, but I believe he's supposed to be in this home for a reason. So there you go. That's my story. That's it. That's all. Let's get on with Q-related news. All right, and we've got a lot of it, so I don't think I'll probably get through it in one video. I don't know, but I'll try. I don't want this to, I hate that sound because the cat is actually burrowing up through my couch, which is a really fairly new couch. Got to learn how to, I'm going to have to learn to do something. I'm going to have somebody help me turn my couch over and fix whatever that is that he's getting up in, because it just makes my skin crawl when he does that, because I'm thinking, my couch! You know, women are like that. You know, I like everything, you know, everything has its place, everything's in order, I'm fastidiously clean, don't want the cat tearing my couch apart. All right. But he did save my life, so I guess, you know, what can I do? All right, let's get into Q-related news, because that is why you're here, I bet. I bet you're not here to hear about how Sammy saved my life, really. I mean, let's face it, if this whole video was about Sammy saving my life, would you click on it? Of course not. All right, let's get going. Sammy, please get out of the couch. All right, confirmed. Hang on here. Well, brilliant trick melts belly fat overnight. Wow, hey. If you believe that, nothing melts belly fat overnight. I'm just letting you know that. It takes hard work and less calories. Okay, confirmed. Bogus Trump-Russia Alpha Bank connections were created by Hillary supporter working with Fusion GPS and pushed by crooked Hillary. Well, that should surprise probably no one. So let's take a look at this. And here are the players: Lynch, Sally Yates, Bruce and Nellie Orr, Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, Glenn Simpson, Bill Presap, Andrew McCabe, and of course Comey, and, well, don't forget Obama and Hillary. 2 peas in a pod. A very smelly pod full of odious excrement. Anyway, a review of the data pertaining to the accusations in the phony Steele dossier about a Trump-Russia bank connection discovered the sources used is most likely the same source the FBI used to obtain a FISA warrant to investigate the Trump Alpha Bank connection. This person also just happens to be a radical Hillary Clinton supporter. It's been more than 2 years since the 2016 election, and Americans still don't really know the sources for the phony Steele dossier used by the FBI and DOJ to obtain FISA warrants to spy on candidate and then President Trump. This nightmare for President Trump all started in June 2016 after news broke that the Democratic National Committee had been hacked. A group of prominent computer scientists went on alert. The group of individuals led by Hillary supporter started snooping around the Trump Tower computers to allegedly see if these servers had also been hacked. If you believe that story, well, you'll believe anything. This group was led by Indiana University professor and staunch Hillary supporter Gene Camp. Professor Camp, according to Circa, was a staunch Hillary supporter. A respected computer scientist who raised concerns about a possible connection between President Trump and a Russian bank is an unabashed Hillary Clinton supporter who made multiple small donations to the Democrats' presidential campaign around the time she and her colleagues surfaced the allegations. Nothing suspect there, is there? Some techies uncovered that the Trump Tower servers began to be bombarded with the same exact invalid lookup requests that used the word Trump and Alpha together, which were automatically placed in the server's log file by the server. According to the New York Times, computer logs showed that the 2 servers at Alpha Bank spent more than 2,700 lookup messages to the Trump servers, sent more than 2,700 lookup messages to the Trump server. At about the same time, the FBI received a complaint from cyber experts about a possible Trump Alpha Bank connection, which led the FBI to investigate into a Trump Alpha Bank connection, according to the New York Times. In classified sessions in August and September of 2016, intelligence officials also briefed congressional leaders on the possibility of financial ties between Russians and the people connected to Mr. Trump. They focused particular attention on what cyber experts said appeared to be a mysterious computer back channel between the Trump organization and the Alpha Bank, which is one of Russia's biggest banks and whose owners have long-standing ties to Mr. Putin. Hillary supporter, professor, computer scientist. Nothing suspicious there, is there? At about the same time that the FBI began its investigation, Christopher Steele began pushing the now debunked claim that Trump was connected to Alpha Bank. In mid-September, Steele submitted his memos, and at least one of these included the Trump Alpha Bank connection. Steele submitted these memos to the press and to the FBI. And now we know that Fusion GPS was pushing this bogus story to far-left Slate magazine. Nick Short at Political Short, Fusion GPS was behind this now discredited Slate story about a special email server existing between Trump Tower and Moscow's Alpha Bank. Here, Hillary Clinton tweeting out the story the day it appeared. Well, isn't that what Pelosi calls the wrap-up smear? You make something up, you get it placed in the in a newspaper, and then you refer to that, to smear them. Yeah, these people have it all down pat. Hillary Clinton. It's time for Trump to answer serious questions about his ties to Russia. 4 things you need to know about the Trump Organization's secret server to communicate with Russian Alpha Bank. 1. Donald Trump has a secret server. Yes, Donald Trump. 2. It was set up to communicate privately with a Putin-tied Russian bank called Alpha Bank. 3. When a reporter asked about it, they shut it down. 4. 1 week later, they created a new server with a different name for the same purpose. Oh, did they really, Hillary Clinton? Really? Oh, and we trust you because you always tell the truth, don't you, Hillary? Yes, you do. All right, and Hillary Clinton pushed the conspiracy knowing her team was behind the bogus accusations. Bye-bye, Hillary. Bye-bye. Yeah. Things are not going to go well for her. I really don't think they are going to go well for her at all. Now, you may, excuse me, my back is itchy. I don't know why. I think it is this deer skin. I think the deer skin it could be angry. It could be the ghost of the dead deer. I don't know. Anyway, statement from Jake Sullivan on new report exposing Trump's secret line of communication. We don't care. Hillary Clinton. Computer scientists have apparently uncovered a covert server linking the Trump Organization to a Russian-based bank. Yes, but she doesn't say that she put her computer scientist friend up to it. No, she doesn't say that. Talk about being economical with the truth. Yeah, most people call that lying. Anyway, let's go down, see what else we can find out here. We know that the FBI received a copy because at this time the FBI sought and received a FISA warrant related to the Russian-linked bank using the Steele dossier as evidence. This is the only plausible piece of evidence that the FBI could have used. Before this time, the FBI was turned down by the FISA court, but on this occasion, a warrant was granted. As McCabe said, the FISA warrant would not have been granted without the Steele dossier. The FBI had no other evidence on the Trump-Russia bank connection, and as time went by, they had no additional evidence. The far-left New York Times then reported, law enforcement officials say that none of the investigations so far have found any conclusive or direct link between Mr. Trump and the Russian government, and even the hacking into Democratic emails FBI and intelligence officials now believe was aimed at disrupting the presidential election rather than electing Mr. Trump. Well then. That's unusual for the New York Times to state that, so very interesting. The reason the FBI wasn't able to find anything was because the claims were based entirely on DNS logs, digital records of when one server looks up how to contact another across the internet. A forensic examination conducted by Alpha Bank of the Alpha Bank computer revealed that the only communications that took place regarding Trump were those logged requests coming from outside its servers noted by the New York Times above. No other communications were found as indicated in the forensic report related to this subject. Isn't Hillary a piece of work? Seriously. Alpha Bank then blamed Gene Camp and Associates for artificially setting up a false Trump Alpha Bank narrative and threatened a lawsuit. In May of this year, 2017, the bank tapped Kirkland and Ellis LLP, a white shoe American law firm, to write a letter to L. Gene Camp, an esteemed Indiana University computer science and researcher and a vocal supporter of the claims made by Tea Leaves. Tea Leaves? This initial letter, first reported by CNN, claimed that the Camp investigation into the covert server chatter had encouraged inquiries into supposed links to the Trump Organization, and that her activities continue to this day to promote an unwarranted investigation into Alpha Bank's communication with the Trump Organization. The letter added that Alpha Bank is exploring all available options to protect itself, including litigation and causes of action under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, further demanding that Camp preserve all records pertaining to the Tea Leaves research. Such a preservation request is often the precursor to a lawsuit. There would be more letters. So anyway, I don't think that it's almost finished here, so let me go ahead and finish. Alpha Bank contacted Professor Camp and demanded she hand over her emails related to the Trump Alpha Bank connection, but she would not. The bank's position is that the professor is an employee of a public entity, Indiana University, but still Camp's attorneys have refused to comply. Alpha would like to know who all was involved in her sending requests to the banks and Trump servers, and with reporting the incident as a fact that Trump and Alpha Bank had a secret back channel to each other. In March of 2017, FBI head Comey, okay people, it's time. Collective eye roll. Comey confirmed there was no connection between Trump and Alpha Bank. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Thought that he would probably uphold it and say, yeah, there's a link there. Now it appears that the same far-left Hillary lover created the entire mess, and that the FBI and Christopher Steele used this faulty information to attack candidate and then President Trump. Yeah, so there you go. Isn't Hillary a nice woman? I mean, really, isn't she nice? Yeah. Well, her and her whole band of merry men, one will lie and the other will swear to it. They're all alike. Okay, let's go back. No, really, let's. All right. Now, this is interesting as well. I was going to skip this, but why the heck should I? I mean, if it takes 2 videos, it takes 2 videos, Okay, scientists fear DARPA's insect allies will attack global food supply with viruses. This from Vice Motherboard. The U.S. has been investigating in genetic technology to help save its crops, but scientists fear that same technology could be unleashed on our enemies. Well, I'm not so afraid of our enemies. I'm more afraid of the deep state unleashing it on us. That's what I'm concerned about. In 2016, the U.S. Department of Defense launched the Insect Allies program, which involves investing $45 million over 4 years to prevent crop failure driven by climate change and pathogens by using insects to deliver a genetically engineered virus that will improve crop growth by altering which genes the plants express. Gee, what could go wrong? Now, scientists are voicing concern over the program's potential as an offensive biological weapon against other countries' food supplies. Well, that's what could go wrong. That right there. And not just other countries. In the editorial published on Thursday in Science magazine, scientists from the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Biology and the University of Freiburg in Germany and France's Université de requested more transparency and opportunities for public discussion regarding the project and its implications. Easy simplifications could be used to generate a new class of biological weapons. A press release reads, weapons that could be extremely transmissible to susceptible crop species due to insect dispersion as the means of delivery. Yeah, you kill the crops, you kill the people. It's just a slow die-off, isn't it? In an email to Motherboard, a DARPA spokesperson rebutted the thesis of the Science magazine piece and denied any intent to deploy technology developed through insect allies is an offensive setting. We created insect allies specifically to develop technology that can deliver positive protective traits to plants to help them survive unanticipated and or fast-moving agricultural threats, the spokesperson wrote. We see it as a critical addition to the national security toolkit, part of a layered strategy to preserve the security of the food supply. Yeah, sure. Sure you do. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Protecting the food supply. Right. I believe that. The Insect Allies program is a collaboration between the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, Environmental Protection Agency, U.S. Army, and other agencies. According to a DARPA slide presentation, the goal of Insect Allies is to stably transform multiple mature crop plants in a complex multi-species plant and insect community with enhanced traits of agricultural interest by mid-2021. Oh, we're all doomed. We are all doomed. Seriously, like, they need to leave our, like, how many years have we been surviving on the crops that have come out of the earth just as they are? But now we have to have all these genetic modifications, which, a lot of which kill animals, but they're fed to us. Just a slow kill, a very slow kill. And, and a slow kill is good for them. You know why? Because they make more money on us as we're dying slowly, and we're paying for medicine, and we're paying for doctors, and we're paying for big pharma and all the crap and poison that they come up with to fix the things that they created in the first place. Right. Yeah. I mean, really, 100 years ago, sure, there was probably cancer. I'm sure there was cancer 100 years ago, but not like today. They create the problem, then they provide a solution. And we take the solution and they make money from us while we have a slow kill. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, I made this a little bigger because I could, so that we could see it. Let's look at this. No, really, let's get rid of that. Okay, let's make it a little bigger. Demonstration 1, successful delivery of a single transgene to a single mature target plant using a single insect and modified viral strain performed in a small area as defined by the performer team to accommodate the selected crop. The single plant area experiments should be repeated to perform the required number of biological replicates. Insects are not required to demonstrate orientation or dispersal for this demonstration. And then what is this? Demonstration 2, community level experiment in a small greenhouse. And then demonstration 3, the use of a large number of independently mobile insects to deliver transgenes via one or more modified viruses to mature target plants in a large and complex greenhouse environment. Now, this reminds me, when I lived in Louisiana, I came across an animal I had never heard of in my life called a nutria. It kind of looks like a big rat. And they brought in these nutria to get rid of something, and I'm not sure what it was that they brought them to get rid of, but they brought them in and they bred like crazy, and now nutria has taken over Louisiana. So, I mean, these things, when they think they're good ideas, but they never are. It's like when they released Corexit into the Gulf. I wouldn't eat anything that came out of the Gulf if you paid me. Yeah, I was down there during the whole oil spill thing, and I talked to people that fish there for a living. Yeah, not like it was reported. Not like it was reported at all. And the core exit made things much worse. And they released a what was it called? Is it called Cynthia? It was like an intelligent. It was something that literally it was created, a biological agent that was synthetic, and it actually caused more harm than good. So anyway, that's I think we've had enough of that. So let's go back. No, really, let's go on. Let's look at this. I can't remember what this is, but I bet it's something good. I wouldn't pull out something, not good for you guys. Oh, yes, this is awesome, man. It is so awesome. Okay, let's look at this, because if you can't, let me stop this first. If you can't pick out Donald Trump doing the Q out of this, and so many people say, oh, he wasn't making a Q. Oh my gosh, you people are so ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many people are like, oh, for heaven's sakes, he's just doing something with his fingers. He's not making a Q. Okay, well, really? Really? Well, let's look at this. All right. Let's look at this carefully. Let me come down a bit so hopefully you guys can see this. Now, was that a Q or was that a Q? Let's just go back a little bit. Look at it again. Looked like a Q to me. Oh, I guess I didn't go back far enough. Here we go. Let me go back here. There we go. Now, would there have been any other reason for him to do this? Does that even make sense? No. Have you ever seen anybody do that? No. Yeah. I think we know the answer to that. So, let's go back now. I guess we're done with this. And let's go back. Alrighty. Now. Oh, yes. Let's look at this. Got to pay attention to the time so I don't make like the mother of all videos. Sometimes I get carried away. Okay, AOC hit with another FEC complaint for subsidy scheme. Again, who's surprised? No one. I didn't think so. Socialist Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has been hit with yet another FEC complaint alleging that she and her campaign manager ran a subsidy scheme. Well. Fox News reports the crux of the complaint, which was given exclusively to Fox News in advance of its filing Wednesday, accused Ocasio-Cortez and her campaign manager, who has a name that I could never even hope to pronounce, of overseeing a shadowy web of political action committees, PACs, that allowed them to raise more cash than they could have legally. It also alleged that a limited liability company, LLC, was created to avoid federal expenditure requirements by offering Ocasio-Cortez and other Democratic candidates political consulting services at a price so low that the company apparently shut down before the election was even over. The complaint named Ocasio-Cortez and Chakrabarti, the Justice Democrats PAC, the Brand New Congress PAC, and Brand New Congress LLC as the overlapping entities that sought to subsidize cheap assistance for Ocasio-Cortez and other candidates at rates far below market value. Chakrabarti's former company, Brand New Congress LLC, planned to recruit 400 candidates for office and run all of their campaigns, according to a post on the Justice Democrats website. The attorney behind the complaint, Dan Backer, said Chakrabarti was trying to create the Uber for politics. Uber functions because of a massive subsidy from venture capital. Here it's subsidized by these PACs to deliver a valuable service that people need and want, but can't be delivered at the real cost of it. So, yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all. It sounds like she responded to a casting call, right? Like she's not she's not a politician. She's 29 years old, never held a job. Well, no. She has held a job. She was a bartender, but she's never held a professional job, never been married. Not that that matters. Never, had much experience at all. She does have a degree in economics, but I would question that because it seems that her idea of economics is pretty skewed, if you ask me. Now, I'm not an economics major, but I can see right away, as can most Americans, that the Green New Deal is not going to work, not ever going to work, and is probably just about the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Seriously. And I would be embarrassed if I was her, even if I had responded to a casting call and I was doing an acting job, which is what she's doing. Do you think that these are really her ideas? They're not. Do you think she really felt this way before they held this casting call and she got her, close to 200 grand job? That's not bad money for just spouting whatever they tell you to spout, right? She's an actor. She's an actress. That's what she's doing. She's acting. And, honestly, if that was me, I would be embarrassed. I really would be embarrassed to come out with these things because they're so ludicrous and out there. I mean, really. So it was probably these people because they did have 400 people that they wanted to run. They want to take over the Democratic Party, and they raised these. Now, Ilhan was one of them, and the other one that said, let's impeach the mother effer. These people are all hired actors, really, actresses. That's what they are. And so this company run by this Chakrabarti, that's what that was, and that's who. They held the casting call, and a bunch of people responded, and they trained them how to win and what to say, and some of them got in and some of them didn't. But I'm pretty sure that's it because I heard that there were 400 candidates. So there you go. All right, let's go back. No, seriously, let's. All right, and look at this. No, really, look. We had a little bit of fun with Joe Biden yesterday, and, well, he deserved it. Come on. And now everybody's defending him, of course, but crazy. Sure didn't defend Brett Kavanaugh, did they? No, they didn't. Okay, Nolte. Don't forget, Joe Biden exposed himself to female Secret Service agents. That's a job I wouldn't want. Secret Service agent, a female Secret Service agent, for Joe Biden? No. No. I'd rather live on the street. And, I'd rather eat from a garbage can, really. Seriously, I'm not joking. Oh, okay. It's not okay that Harvey Weinstein did it. It's not okay that Charlie Rose did it. But when we learned in 2014 that then Vice President Joe Biden exposed his naked body to women in the Secret Service, the media didn't care. And the media still don't care because Orange Man bad. In his New York Times bestseller, The First Family Detail, award-winning investigative reporter Ronald Kessler revealed that Biden had a habit of swimming in his pool nude. Female Secret Service agents find that offensive. You know what? If you have a swimming pool, it's your swimming pool, and there's nobody around, and you want to swim nude, knock yourself out. Swim nude. But if you have female Secret Service agents that are assigned to protect you, you don't go without at least, at least a banana hammock on. You know what I mean? Like what do they call those? Speedos, a banana hammock. That's what I call them, but really, seriously, you don't do that. And any decent man, seriously, I think any decent man would think, okay, I don't, there's ladies here. Yes, they're Secret Service agents. Yes, they could probably whip my butt, but I'm not going to offend them. I'm going to put my little banana hammock on or my swim trunks. And what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like, is it really that, big of a difference in experience? Yes, I've swam nude. My gosh, I swam in lakes and all sorts of stuff growing up because lakes are everywhere in Canada. And, as teenagers, we would, like a bunch of girls, we'd go and we'd just go swimming and then we'd put our clothes on and go home. But it was nothing, there's no man around or anything like that. It was nothing offensive, and it was usually very, very late at night when nobody'd see us anyway. But you don't do that. That's just out there. It's out there. He added, because of Biden's lack of consideration as evidenced by that habit and his refusal to give agents advance notice of his trips back home being assigned to his detail, is considered the second worst assignment in the Secret Service after being assigned to protect Hillary Clinton. Isn't that something? So the Secret Service consider that the worst detail next to Hillary Clinton. And I've heard that Hillary Clinton is absolutely horrendously abusive to her Secret Service agents, treats them worse than animals. So whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that is what I've heard. Okay, one agent told, I don't want to look at him. Let's get him off of there. One agent told, because he makes me throw up a little in my mouth. I'm just saying. One agent told Kessler Biden likes to be revered as everyday Joe, and that's his thing. But the reality is no agents want to go on his detail because Biden makes agents' lives so tough. Kessler elaborated further in a television interview. Biden likes to swim nude both at his vice president's residence in Washington and also at his home in Wilmington, which he goes back to several times a week, and this offends female Secret Service agents. He told Fox News, Sean Hannity, they signed up to take a bullet for the president, as you said, but they didn't sign up to, they certainly didn't sign up to see Biden naked. It is offensive. It's abusive. Who would do such a thing? Exactly. That's my point. Who would do such a thing? You don't purposefully, if they had male Secret Service agents there and he wants to swim in the nude, still, I think it's inappropriate because I just do. But it's not as bad as female. I think he probably got a jolly out of it, if you know what I mean. This is like hiring a maid and walking around the house nude because that's what you did before you hired the maid. Exactly. I agree. There's nothing wrong with skinny dipping in private. Exactly. That's what I just said. And I can sympathize with those who lose their privacy when security is necessary, but no one forced Joe Biden to accept the role of vice president. He knew the deal going in, and to expose his naked body to female Secret Service agents is not only disrespectful and arrogant, it reeks of a perverse exploitation and abuse of power. Agreed. Naturally, the fake establishment media ignored the story at the time, just as they are now ignoring and even excusing Biden's well-documented and very creepy predilection for inappropriately touching young women and children and smelling their hair, I might add. I don't think I've ever... Now, like I said yesterday, you hug somebody, you greet them, and they might say, oh, you smell good. Somebody that you know well. And I've had men that I know, they'll hug me, their family or their friends of family, or they're just really good friends. And they'll say, your hair smells great. I don't find anything weird about that or offensive about it. But if somebody I don't know came up and started sniffing my hair, well, like I said yesterday, they wouldn't be sniffing anything again. Really. Anyway, two women have already come forward to accuse Biden of inappropriately touching them, and there are countless photos and video clips of Biden creeping out women and children with unwanted touching, nuzzling, and kissing. But media elitists such as Meghan McCain, Mika Brzezinski, and Alyssa Milano still defend him. Well, of course they would. Sure didn't defend
Brett Kavanaugh, though, did they? But this has nothing to do with principle on their part. We all know that if even one video existed of President Trump, Clarence Thomas, or Brett Kavanaugh doing this, well, yeah, there'd be hell to pay, quite literally. So, and this says, in this clip, former Vice President Biden uses a candid moment to fondle the chest area of a little girl in front of her entire family. Her visible discomfort is extremely obvious. And I'll tell you one thing, this really bothered me when I saw this. It really upset me because you can see the look on the girl. She's at this very formal function. She's dressed up. She's with her family. And here comes this man who's very powerful. He's the vice president, and he has his hand on her shoulder, which is fine. And then the hand comes down, and it's very obvious in her breast area, and she literally cringes away because she knows this isn't right, that he shouldn't be touching her there. Let's take a look at this. Some of you may have seen this, probably many of you, maybe all of you. But it's important. Let's take a look. And it's right here, and see his hand goes down and she pulls away. And he did this right in front of everyone. You can see her discomfort, shock and discomfort, and immediately pulls away, and none of the adults are paying attention. None of them. So, if that wasn't disturbing enough, in this clip, Biden not only touches a young woman, but smells her hair, kisses her, whispering something into her ear, only to tell her, "See you back home, I hope," after visibly creeping out her, and who, I assume, is her mother. So this is another one that's seen quite often, and this is her mother. They look a lot alike. The father, not sure who these people are, but probably family. Let's play this.
Thank you.
All right, well, nice to see you guys. Thank you. See you back home, I hope.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay?
Now, she's pulling away. She's uncomfortable, but she's still trying to be polite because this is the Vice President of the United States, and you don't want to be rude. And of course, your parents are there, and you're a child, and you're thinking, okay, my parents might get upset if I'm rude to the Vice President, but he's creeping me out. And she's trying, and then she responds, "Thank you." Like she's trying to be polite, but it's quite obvious what's going on there. So anyway, there's many of these, many, and this is another one. Ooh. Two little Chinese, they look like twins. Now, when is it appropriate to touch and kiss a stranger's head and then the hand? You know, she's uncomfortable. And the twin is looking at her because she knows her sister is uncomfortable. And the hand, you know, inching down. They may not be Chinese, but they're Asian of some sort. I don't know, but they're adorable little girls. Anyway, enough of that. We got lots more. All right, and let's look at this. Oh yes, we've looked at this already. I must have put it up there twice. I guess I was just eager for you to see it. But you've seen it now, so let's get rid of these because we've looked at those. All right, and this, declassify FISA. I love this meme. And we've got this. Hillary paid for it. Obama allowed it. Rosenstein signed it. That looks like Huma, traitor. Weaponized intelligence, Brennan. And we've got Podesta, Pettivore, Spirit Cooker, Comey, fired. Sally Yates, fired. McCabe, no, not, oh gosh, not McCabe. Is that McCabe? Yes. Fired, signed it. Then we've got Strzok. And let me see, worked for Fusion GPS. Judge approved it, signed it. Liaison, texting. This is, so these are all the main players of FISA-gate. And they were all involved in some way or another. All right, let's take a look at this. No, really, let's. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I love this. Okay, let's listen to this. This made me laugh so hard. I love President Trump. Okay.
General Raisin Kane is name. What's your first name? You know this. Sir, my first name is Raisin. This guy's out of Central Casting. I'm telling you, there's nobody in Hollywood that can look like this guy. Because he's much tougher. That I can tell you. I said, what's your name, Raisin? What's your last name? Kane. I said, you mean your name's Raisin Kane? Yes, sir. That's the guy that told me. I said, so? My people tell me 2 years. What do you think? 1 week, sir. I said, General, come here, give me a kiss. I felt like Joe Biden. But I meant it. See, I meant it. Big difference.
Now, isn't that funny? Says, you know, because he's wanting to know how long it's going to take them to defeat ISIS. And he asks this guy, his name's Raisin Kane, and he says that's his real name. He said, how long will it take? And he says, a week. And he says, come here, I want to give you a kiss. And he says, I felt like Joe Biden. That's funny. That's really funny. I mean, really, Donald Trump, not only is he a great troller, I mean, he's a great troll. He is very intelligent, and also he's very funny. He really is. Anyway, let's go back here. We're going to wrap this up soon because, believe it or not, I've been at this for a while, longer than I feel like I have. I feel like I just started, but time's going by, it's racing by. But that doesn't mean I can't come back and do another video, and you can't stop me from doing another video. I know, you wouldn't stop me even if you could. Well, some of you might, but... All right, Viking Scott. Dems have walked into Trump's trap. They are building hype around a redacted report allowing them to lie to their supporters. Then it drops, making them look like fools. The 1-2 punch. We're getting mileage out of that report. Now, I happen to think I agree that is exactly what's happening. And I have thought that all along, that they are getting mileage out of this. And they are setting them up a big time because they're making it seem like, no, we don't want to release this. Making the Dems think, oh, there must be something in there. Yeah, there must be something in there. So now they're making this big fuss. But then when it drops... nothing in there. Big nothing burger. Gonna make them look stupid. But, you know, they're used to that. So, let's look at this. And this is from Educating Liberals. Dear Libs, have you already forgotten about your Me Too movement or Believe All Women motto? Or does that only apply when it fits your political agenda? Inquiring minds would like to know. And I couldn't agree more. Inquiring minds do want to know. So I'm going to stop there, but if you can, please watch the next video because I'm going to get into something that you will find gobsmackingly interesting. And I promise you, I can't promise you that I know for 100% sure that it's true, but it sure is a fascinating and very viable theory, and you're going to want to hear it. So that will be in the next video, and I'm planning on doing that right after I upload this one. So I'll be back. I hope you will be too. So have a good evening, and hope to see you soon, or listen to it tomorrow if it's too late tonight, and I think you will be glad you did, really, honestly. All right. That's it. So, seek truth because deception bites.